Hi, I'm Stan, the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states. Should you get out of your annuity? We're going to cover that. We're going to make sure you understand, the best way to do that, and if you can do that. So we're going to cover that. But before we do that, my producers, the brains behind the camera, they're like yelling at me, Stan, show them your shoes. Show them your shoes. I want you to look at that. Look at that shoe. First of all, it's a big shoe. But number one, it's the Nike Air Max solid gold. They just wanted me to say, hey, show them your shoes. I'm blinging out the shoes. What does that have to do with annuities? Absolutely nothing, which is the reason I'm going to pivot right now and go to the music. Okay, I put my shoe back on. We're all good. Else I'd be standing like that, so I'm standing like this. Should you get out of your annuity? What we're going to cover in today's video is we're going to talk about market value adjustments and surrender charges, comparing to other annuities, and when the agent pitches you that you need to go to their annuity because of an upfront bonus and all these great things and all these shiny things and all these wonderful pie-in-the-sky unicorn chasing the butterflies, reasons to do it. I'm going to strip all of that out, tell you the truth so you can make an informed decision. So here we go. So one of the things that you need to consider when you own a deferred annuity, there's surrender charges. And let's be very honest about surrender charges. Annuity companies have the big buildings for a reason. They have the logos on the jets for the reason. They don't give anything away. So the bottom line with surrender charges is typically they're very predatory. They're very high. They're locking you into that annuity. So you and I have to make a very good decision about the suitability and appropriateness of that annuity, meaning that you have to understand you can't really pivot and get out of it without paying a price. And typically those surrender charges are high. Now, the other thing about surrender charges you need to know is they are declining. So let's just say you got a 5-year, multi-year guarantee annuity, fixed rate annuity. So they're going to scale down some of it, maybe 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, or something like that. Don't hold me to that. But just understand, when you buy a deferred annuity and you lock in that surrender charge period, plan on staying there. All right, so market value adjustments. A lot of the policies that are out there right now, typically multi-year guarantee annuities, fixed rate annuities, have what's called a market value adjustment to the policy. What does that mean, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent? Strip it down to the basics, please. So here we go. If you buy an annuity, and after you buy that annuity, rates go up, your surrender charges will go up as well. And the reverse is true. You buy an annuity, rates go down, surrender charges go down. Just remember that. Don't get caught in the weeds. That's Stan the Annuity Man stripping it down for you. So people always ask me, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, should I get out of my annuity because I'm missing all these market moves and all this opportunity and all this, finding the next Tesla and the next Apple and all this stuff? Well, if you're looking for market growth, then you shouldn't be in an annuity anyway, because annuities are contracts. And in my opinion, as the top agent out here, and I've seen it, done it, lived it, annuities are not market products, period. If you want to get market growth, then stay in the stock market, which leads back to the original question, which is, should I get out of my annuity? If you really want market growth, then maybe you should. Maybe if you have an index annuity and someone sold it to you and said, hey, you're going to get market upside with no downside, and you found out that it's a CD product and you really want market growth, then maybe you need to get out. Just take the hit, move on, and go invest it in the market. Bottom line, and what you need to remember, I don't care what annuity type it is, and I don't care what the agent said, I don't care what the back-tested number said, I don't care what the pitch said. If you're there for market growth, you shouldn't be in an annuity. Why should you be in an annuity? For the contractual guarantees. You should always own it for what it will do, not what it might do. So should you get out of the annuity if you really hate that agent that sold it to you, or you really don't like the carrier? You've called into the carrier and you don't like how they've treated you? The answer is no. You bought the contractual guarantee. You own the contractual guarantee. You're transferring the risk to that carrier to provide that contractual guarantee. If all that's intact, then you should stay. So should you transfer to a better annuity? By the way, never ask that question to anyone but Stan the Annuity Man, because most agents will say, let's transfer it. No, it's not that simple. Number one, if someone's saying you get an upfront bonus if you go to my annuity, that's not a better annuity. Okay, never transfer for the bonus. In a lot of places it's illegal. You just should never do that. The bottom line with transferring one annuity to another is the annuity that you're going to has to be better mathematically than the one you're coming from. Now, during the application process, we have to do a side-by-side comparison of your old annuity and your hopeful new annuity. And if the hopeful new annuity is not better than the old annuity, you cannot transfer it. And oh, by the way, in the annuity world, when you buy an annuity with, say, an income rider, those are really hard to transfer because the income rider of your old annuity is not transferable. I know I threw a lot at you, but the bottom line is it has to be in your favor, not the agent's favor, to transfer the annuity, and I can do that analysis for you if you want me to take a look at the annuities you currently own. So in the world of annuities, one of the great pitches at the Bad Chicken Dinner seminars and some of these stuff that I see and people calling me and say, well, this is what this guy told me. Okay, income riders. Income riders are attached benefits to a policy that provide lifetime income stream. The problem with it from a sales pitch standpoint is a lot of people out there going, I can get you 7% or I can get you 8%. Remember how income riders work. Draw a line down the middle of a blank sheet of paper. Accumulation value over here, which is the index side, index option side, or variable annuity mutual fund side. And over here's that income rider side. Now here's where the problem happens, okay? That the agent says, well, I can get you 7%. There's no genius at an annuity company that can figure out how to get less than 1% on a 10-year treasury and then give you 7%. That income growth percentage can only be used to calculate your first income stream. You can't cash it in, you can't transfer it, you can't peel off the interest. Jimmy Carter's not in office and neither are his interest rates. So think logically. I have people call me all the time going, Stan, I just bought 8% annuity. No, you didn't. You bought an income rider that guarantees 8% growth while you're deferring, but you can't cash it in, you can't transfer it, okay? You can't peel off the interest, Fred. You just can't. Use your noggin out there. If it sounds too good to be true, it is every single time with annuities. Income riders are fantastic future income pension plans, but you have to understand that that's the only reason that they can be used is for income. You can't cash them in. Never forget that. Hey, 3 things I need you to do. Hit the like, do that for me. Hit the comments, and write something in there. I'll respond. And the next thing is this. If you don't know who the rube at the table is, it's you. Don't let it be you. Okay, so you're thinking about maybe getting out of your annuity, and if it's suitable and appropriate, and we've gone through the due diligence of making sure that, transferring from one annuity to another is in your best interest, not the agent's, because we can't have that. It's got to be in your best interest. There's 2 ways to do it. It really comes down to what type of annuity you have and what type of account it's in. So let's just say it's in a non-IRA account. If you're really bored out there, you can pick up the tax code, the big book, and flip to section 1035. 1035 explains the non-taxable event, let me say it again, non-taxable event transfer from one annuity to another. Now you have to understand, when you do that, the cost basis from your old annuity will transfer to the new annuity one, but non-taxable event. My team's going to make sure it's a non-taxable event. It's not going to trigger any taxes. So let's talk about IRA. So let's just say you have an annuity inside of an IRA and you're going to transfer it. We've deemed it appropriate. You're going to transfer from one to the other non-taxable event, and it will transfer from the IRA that you have to the IRA established at the annuity company that you choose. So should you get out of your annuity? Hopefully this video helped, but I encourage you to go to theannuityman.com and schedule a call with me one-on-one. Stan the Annuity Man, America's Annuity Agent. You're not going to get Junior Stan or Stanielle or Stanetta or Stanford. You're not going to get any of those people because they don't exist. You're going to get me. We're going to go one-on-one. I'm going to look at the annuity that you currently own, and I'm going to give you the truth, the brutal facts about what you have, and if it's in your best interest to transfer it. I will tell you that. Also, you can run quotes at my site. You can get books at my site. You can listen to my podcast, Fun with Annuities. You can do it all there. It's really that simple. Thanks for joining me. Hit the subscribe button on your way out, and I'll see you on the next Stan the Annuity Man video.